Can you get a wireless guitar system for under 150 bucks? Let's check it out. Hey there and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm checking out the CF-80 wireless guitar system from the nice people over at cablefreeguitar.com. Just to be upfront, they sent me this kit to demo it free of charge. So I'm going to give you an honest opinion about it, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything if I don't like it, but I'm just putting out there straight away. They did send me this to try it out for free. So let's get into it. There's some kind of discount code, owner's manual, and then there's the receiver, the transmitter and the charging cable. 2 charging cables, which is nice, 1 for each. Now I'm going to break these fellas out of the box, and I'm going to use this while I'm recording stuff here in the studio. I'm going to bring them to my band rehearsal this week and just give it a week's use to get a sense of how the product works before I'll continue this video. So I'll see you on the other side. Well, I'm back and I've been using the CF-80 the last couple of weeks. I've been using it here in the studio because it's a lot easier when I'm figuring out a new song and I'm walking around, switching between different pedals and amp settings and stuff like that, and just a lot of wandering around the studio. And I find that that's a much simpler process when I'm using a wireless system like the CF-80, because I'm not getting my cables all tangled up from moving around and turning around on my chair. So even if it's a small thing, it kind of makes the workflow better and my studio is less cluttered. Well, it's been 6 weeks since I started using the CF-80 and I've been using it quite a lot. Here in the studio, it's been a great tool for trying out sounds on various guitar amps, and I've also been using it a lot when teaching guitar. I teach groups of up to 20 students at a time at a junior high school, and that means that I usually have to walk around a lot to various groups or single students and show them stuff on the guitar while they're practicing on their own guitars. So now I could just connect the CF-80 to my amp, and then I could just move around. And this is a pretty large music classroom, so having the range of the CF-80 and the steady quality of sound really made that type of work a lot easier. Also, I've been using it a lot for live gigs. I've played several acoustic sets using my Acoustasonic. I also played 10 gigs for a non-profit here in Norway, kids concerts where the performers are mostly children and the band are adult musicians, and having the ability to play the gigs and play at the rehearsals and just walk around talking to the children and helping them with any music related issues while always having the guitar connected, it really helps a lot. And so I ended up using the CF-80 both for all the rehearsals and also for all the actual gigs with an audience. Something else that really impressed me was that I could use it in my living room. I have a mesh network, so I have several 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi extenders around the house, and I have dozens of units connected via 2.4 gigahertz in my living room. Now, I don't usually play guitar all that much there. I just keep a small Yamaha THR there just for fun, but I usually have to use a cable there because of all the interference. With the CF-80, there was still slight interference compared to using a cable, but it worked a lot better than the other units I've tried, so I was really impressed by that. So that's what the CF-80 sounds like in the Wi-Fi hellscape, which is the modern home living room. Lots of interference from Wi-Fi systems and devices, but still it works pretty well, and I have to say it's been working better than other small guitar wireless systems I've been using. Now, if we go to my home studio, that's a different ball game. I don't have a lot of wireless devices here. I try to keep everything cable because I want to eliminate as much interference as I can. Not because of CF-80, but because I prefer Fender guitars with single coils. So you want to eliminate everything you can that causes interference, because everybody knows that Telecasters and Strats, they can really pick up a lot of noise if you don't take precautions. So this room has a lot less interference. So I decided to record something here as well, and then we can hear how does the CF-80 sound versus a guitar cable. To my ears, especially on the main guitar part, I think that the CF-80 and the guitar cable sound very similar. I think that if you couldn't see in the video what I was using, I don't think you could necessarily say that this is the wireless system and this is the cable. So that works pretty well. When I started adding those triads, that's when I thought they started to sound more different. It might be because I changed to the humbucker, which has a stronger signal, which might be more affected by the wireless connection. And also I think I might not have played as static when I was playing the triads, so maybe I played harder on one take than on another. I also didn't use the whammy bar at the same points in both recordings, so there were some differences. That's my bad. And that means that some of the triads sound different, while some of the triads sound more similar. And all in all, I think that it sounds good in this recorded setting with some backing music. And it just proves that a wireless system might affect your sound a bit, but I wouldn't say that one sounds a lot better than the other necessarily. I think it depends on how you use it in a mix if you're recording wirelessly. But more important, it shows that it's not gonna negatively affect your tone by any great measure when you're using this live. Okay, now if you watched this video from the start, you might have noticed that it seems like I put on a couple of pounds throughout this video, and you'd be correct. I started making this video several pounds ago, back in October, when I first got CF-80. I was planning on just doing a short review, trying it out and see how I felt about it. But I kept enjoying it so much, so I've been using it since October until today, which is New Year's Day. Happy New Year 2023. So it's become a pretty thorough deep dive review. And like I've said, I've used it on probably 10 live gigs in various circumstances, and I haven't heard any noticeable difference when using the CF-80 or using a cable. at one point the batteries gave out, so I had to charge it. So then I switched to a cable while it was charging, and I didn't really notice any difference when using the cable in that setting. Also, for all these gigs, one of the most wonderful things with using a wireless system was how after we got everything rigged, when we were doing the sound check, I could just play guitar while I was walking around in the audience area, and I could really hear, okay, what does it sound like to the audience? And that alone makes it worth spending $150 on a wireless system. If you play a lot of gigs and you're curious, how does this really sound during sound check? It's just such a great feeling to just walk around and really hear, okay, so this is how the band sounds to the audience, because it never sounds like it does in your stage monitors for some reason. So really satisfied about that. And like I've said, it works in the studio. It's been a wonderful tool for my teaching when I've been having groups of students and just wandering around. So all in all, I've had 2 instances where the CF-80 didn't transmit audio to the receiver, and both those times the quick fix was just turning both units off and on again, and they found each other and paired right back up, and I was good to go. If the battery is low, it'll tell you, because the display will start changing colors on the CF-80, and just charge it with the included cable. So I have to say that for less than $150, I think it's 120 something euros, I think it's a great product. Yes, you can get better wireless systems with longer range and even less prone to interference, but those systems will usually put you back a lot. I read somewhere that the wireless system that Brad Paisley uses costs $5,000 US. This costs less than 150, so I think it's well worth it. If you don't have any wireless system and you just want to use it for fun, have some more mobility, whatever, it's worth it at this price point. And also, for the first week of January, the people over at CFG are having a sale. I think it's 20% off or something like that. So I encourage you, if you want to try something affordable that still works pretty well, check out the CF-80 at cablefreeguitar.com. Thanks to the great people over at cablefreeguitar.com for letting me try this out. It's been a good experience. Highly recommend it. I also encourage you to check out their other products. They have a really great guitar strap and some other fun stuff. So check out cablefreeguitar.com. And thanks a lot for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.